I believe that we all want to know more about the relations between Indonesia and Papua New Guinea. So let's learn more about it. We are now connected virtually with the Indonesian ambassador for PNG, His Excellency Andriana Supandy.
Yes, good afternoon from Jakarta, Mr. Ambassador. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. I know you take time from your busy schedule to join us, so thank you so much. Now we will jump to the first question. So can you tell us what are the main agendas that President Joko Widodo brought to Papua New Guinea in yesterday's visit?
Thank you, Krisha and Haryani. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. At the invitation by the Prime Minister of the Independent State of Papua New Guinea, President of the Republic of Indonesia, His Excellency Mr. Joko Widodo, paid state visit to Papua New Guinea on the 5th of July 2023. Both leaders has reiterated their commitments to the 2013 Comprehensive Partnership Agreement and its plan of action as the main platform to promote peace, stability, and prosperity based on the mutual respect, trust, friendship, and cooperation. So in this regard, the main agenda of President Joko Widodo to visit PNG is to strengthen bilateral economic and development cooperation.
All right, Mr. Ambassador, you obviously have mentioned about the agenda. Now, we would like to know, have Indonesia and Papua New Guinea sealed an agreement after that visit?
Yes, as the major outcomes of the state visit of President of the Republic of Indonesia are several documents and agreements and also ratification. First is the border treaty arrangement agreement, and then so we have also ratification by PNG on the visa exemption for diplomatic and service passport. So we have also memorandum of understanding on higher education. We have the agreement on custom agreement, and also we have the agreement on the preventing and combating crime prevention and capacity building. In addition to that, so we have also the launching of the CityLink, the surfing direct route from Denpasar to Port Moresby. This is the first effort within our bilateral relations that Indonesian airline surfing the regular route from Indonesia to PNG on direct flight.
Yes, Mr. Ambassador, yesterday President Widodo said that Papua New Guinea and Indonesia are economic giants, and Indonesia in Southeast Asia, meanwhile PNG in the Pacific. What are some of the potential sectors that Indonesia and Papua New Guinea would make should the two countries agree for stronger economic cooperation?
The two leaders agreed that both countries should strengthen cooperation in economic and development. So we have noticed that a lot of potential that we can pursue in the future. For example, President Joko Widodo and Prime Minister James Marape have assigned the Deputy Prime Minister, Honorable Mr. John Rosso, and also the Coordinating Minister for Maritime and Investment to meet and to explore all the potential things on economic and development cooperation. For example, so we have on the mining sector, oil and gas infrastructure, and investment and trade.
And how about the higher education, Mr. Ambassador? You also mentioned that Indonesia and Papua New Guinea already signed a cooperation for the higher education. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, Indonesian government and PNG government have signed the agreement on higher education. Education sector is a very important one to strengthen people-to-people contact. In this regard, more PNG students will go to Indonesia to study in Indonesia, and even Prime Minister James Marape mentioned that his expectation that more Papua New Guinean students can learn Indonesia. Papua New Guinea regards Indonesia as the important country that we have also noticed that in Indonesia that a lot of that the education sector, yeah, a main important thing on the bilateral relation. So Prime Minister also mentioned his expectation about 2,000 students will go to Indonesia to study in Indonesia.
Now, Mr. Ambassador, let's talk about the trade between Indonesia and Papua New Guinea. So, according to President Joko Widodo, the trade between Indonesia and Papua New Guinea in 2022 grew sharply at 307 million US dollars. Now, is this worth the value with what Indonesia has given to Papua New Guinea?
Yeah, we have observed the increasing total number of bilateral trade between the two countries. For example, before the COVID-19, we noticed that the total number is 172 million US dollars. And last year, we reached 307 million US dollars. So it means we have around 80% increasing of the total number of bilateral relations. And Indonesia enjoys a surplus around 181 million US dollars. We have still potential things to increase in the future. That's why we highlighted the importance of discussion of having the preferential trade agreement to overcome the tariff and non-tariff barriers between the two countries.
All right, Mr. Ambassador, now could you please tell us more about the relationship between Indonesia and Papua New Guinea in recent years?
Yeah, Papua New Guinea regarded Indonesia as very important partners. We are not only bordering, but also good neighbors. Even Prime Minister and President Joko Widodo call each other as brothers. So it means that we have very good cooperation and between two countries. And Prime Minister also regarded and also warmly welcome the success of Indonesian government to organize the G20 summit in Indonesia, and this year also Indonesia has the chairman of the ASEAN. So in this connection, Beijing government really expects that between the two countries will have a closer and stronger partnership.
And when speaking about the collaboration, in terms of collaborative aspect, have Indonesia and Papua New Guinea signed an agreement to suppress criminal violation, Mr. Ambassador?
Yes, we have also the agreement on the preventing and combating the crime prevention and capacity building between the National Chief Police and the Chief Police of the PNG. So in this connection, that we are going to strengthen cooperation and how to deal with the crime, especially between the two countries. For example, so we have also the exchange of the personnel, training, capacity building, exchange of information on crime, and also to deal with the illegal or illicit traffic of narcotic drugs, illegal traffic of weapons, and also the others crime prevention between the two countries.
Now, Mr. Ambassador, you just talked about the criminal violation, but what about the security issues that have occurred in Papua New Guinea in recent times?
Yes, security issues are mostly about the criminal activities and the ethnic clashes in certain areas. So the Indonesian embassy has established good cooperation with the government, the ministries, and also the law enforcement authorities to protect all the Indonesian citizens in Papua New Guinea.
Okay, Mr. Ambassador, Indonesia Ambassador for PNG, His Excellency Mr. Andriana Supandy, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us this afternoon. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.